This is a story of revenge. Some of the details have been changed to protect the innocent and the not so innocent. The stuff that is insignificant might not be true. The stuff that is significant is absolutely true. So, my little brother dumps his girlfriend, Shelly, for a hotter one and stops paying her bills. This is something he likes to do. It's just something he does. I think it makes him feel good because we grew up kind of poor and he likes to take care of his women's. Then Shelly lost her job a few days later and she was in danger of losing her apartment. My little bro felt kind of bad for her, so he begged me to find her some kind of work. Any kind of work. And I jokingly tell him, well, she can mow my lawn for $50. He jumps on this. Oh, thank you so much. And then he calls Shelly to tell her the good news. $50 is pretty cheap for this neighborhood, and I have a pretty big yard. You know, the teen I used to hire charged $80. So she uses my lawnmower. I give her a key to my shed. She does a pretty good job. I pay her $50. No big deal. 2 goddamn days later, she comes to my workplace. She says, okay, you owe me another $50. I mowed your lawn again. Okay, I scratch my head at that. I tell her, hey, I know that you're having financial difficulties, but I normally only get my lawn mowed once it's a couple of inches higher at least. So I pay her another $50. I chalk it up to Shelly being usual dim-witted Shelly, and I forget about it, But suddenly Shelly is everywhere. She shows up at my office when she knows I'll be there, and she starts begging for cash. She says that, oh, I was in the neighborhood and I noticed that the lawn needed mowing, so I just went ahead and did it. And then my secretary points out that Shelly has shown up 8 times in the past 6 weeks. So, on a whim, I check her Facebook page, and I notice that every time she's just been in the neighborhood, she and her friends have gone and gotten drunk that night, and they've been taking selfies in some not-so-cheap clubs. Yeah, so much for financial difficulties. Now, a lot of people said, oh, wow, you're a doormat, or whoa, you're dumb. But see, I thought I was giving charity to a young single mom about to be homeless. And I thought that $350 was keeping her from starving while letting her retain some dignity. Yeah, fuck me, right? Then I see that there's a big concert coming up in the area, and she and her Facebook page are all excited about it. Yay, gonna go, gonna get wasted, gonna have a great time. Woohoo! Yeah, not on my dime. So I email Shelly, and I tell her under no circumstances is she to be on my property unless I call her first. And then I change the lock on the shed that houses the mower, and I figure, okay, she can't accidentally mow my lawn anymore. That ought to solve the problem. Now the next day, and this is according to my neighbors since I was at work, Shelly stops by my house. She tries to unlock the shed with her key, and she notices that the lock has been changed. Oops. Then she screams bloody murder and kicks things in my yard, notices that my bedroom window is partially open, and decides it's a great idea to climb in. Now, apparently she didn't find the new key because she left through the front door a few minutes later, leaving my door wide open for anyone passing by. She ganged up on me when I got home. She started screaming that I owed her money for her time because she would have mowed the lawn. What? I reminded her, I already told you not to come over unless I called first. She demands she is not leaving until she gets her $50. And I tell her, okie dokie, then you can wait all day if you want. She then starts crying. She says she doesn't even have the gas money to drive her car to the gas station. She's just going to take the $50 and walk into town and buy gas. So I tell her, so you weren't planning on going to that concert tonight, huh? The look of shock on her face is priceless. Yeah, I know damn well she was planning to go. So she pouts and stammers, sits in her car. And I go inside and I turn on the TV. And occasionally I think I hear her knock on the door, but couldn't have been anything. Just turn up the volume on the TV a little bit louder. Takes her about half an hour to admit defeat and speed away. So much for not having any gas. The best part of this was telling my little brother. He was stunned. He said he was considering getting back together with her, but this behavior killed that possibility. I did call the cops, but they said, well, unless you saw her break into your house, you can't press charges. I went to my neighbors who had told me the story in the first place, and they said they didn't want to get involved. The next time that someone's dog takes a crap on your lawn, I'm going to say I don't want to get involved. Oops, didn't see a thing. Now, this story is far from over because there are other people willing to get involved.